Guys, my name is Forrest Munden. I'm currently 3 days away from a CFI check ride. And today I'm going to be talking to you guys about the right-of-way rules. Okay, this is something that's like kind of, for some reason it was hard for me to wrap my brain around when I first started training. I don't know why, but it was difficult. So I want to make a video about it, and I want to clarify some things for you, make things a little bit more simple. We're going to, on this YouTube channel, we keep it simple, stupid. 91.113 is going to be the regulation that we're going to be referencing. The right-of-way rules except for water operation. Okay, and I have my handy-dandy PowerPoint slides from Wi-Fi CFI here, and it's just telling us that it kind of just lays out the FAR aim a little bit easier, but surprisingly, I want to reference the FAR aim first, and then we'll go to the pictures from here. The reason why is because I want you to get kind of used to how this thing is laid out in text, and we can look at it in images. Okay, a balloon, so this is like a hierarchy. Who can move out of the other person's way the fastest? A balloon is not going to move out of the way for anyone anytime soon, okay? So it has the right of way over any other category of aircraft. However, aircraft within an emergency situation have the right of way over all aircraft, okay? Glider has the right of way over an airship, powered parachute, weight shift controlled aircraft, airplane, or rotorcraft. Why? Because they're slower, all right? And an airship has the right of way over a powered parachute, weight shift control aircraft, airplane, or rotorcraft. However, an aircraft towing or refueling other aircraft has the right of way over all other engine-driven aircraft, okay? Because their operation is much more delicate. So what does that look like within an image? Okay, aircraft in distress has priority over all. Okay, aircraft towing, balloon over the airship, glider over the airplane and helicopter. This doesn't make sense. This is a little confusing, surprisingly. Go back to this and then read this out carefully and watch more videos, honestly. But what you need to know is what just makes sense. Who's going to have right away? A airplane or a balloon? Are you established on downwind going to have priority over an aircraft in distress? No, they're going to have priority, right? Who has right away a glider or a rotary craft or a helicopter or an airplane? Obviously, they're going to have, like, it just makes sense, okay? Who can move out of each other's way the fastest? Okay, aircraft converging to a point. The aircraft to the right has the right of way always, okay? The aircraft to the right. So if you're in a situation where a guy is to your right, you have to ask yourself, is this guy to my right? If the answer to that is yes, he has the right of way. Why is the right of way given to the guy on the right? I looked at it, I tried to do some research into it. It has something to do with the pilot's vision, I guess. I don't know. But it mostly is just standardizing the right-of-way rules, okay? We're just standardizing it. For now on, just know that if someone is to your right and they're at the same altitude as you, okay? And they're at the same altitude as you, they have the right-of-way. If this guy is at a lower altitude, he has the right-of-way over this guy, even though this guy's to the right, but we'll get to that in a second. And I'll give you a scenario of something that happened to me in the traffic pattern that was terrifying with a Cub last week. Okay, so the aircraft to the right has the right-of-way. Pilots should be always vigilant to see and avoid other aircraft, even if they legally have the right-of-way. All right, just because it's legal, right, doesn't mean it's always safe. If a guy's not paying attention, he's on the wrong frequency, and he's coming in on the downwind, you're taking a crosswind turn, but you have the right-of-way, obviously you want to move out of his way because this dummy's about to collide into you. Okay, when two people are approaching head-on, okay, both shall alter the course to the right. Okay, just another standardization method. If we didn't put these rules in place and no one followed them, two people can turn to the right and they collide. Two people can turn to the left, right? So both of you will turn to the right when you're approaching head on. Overtaking another aircraft. Each aircraft that is being overtaken has the right of way, and pilots of the overtaking aircraft shall alter the course to the right. So if I'm coming in here and I'm flying like a Beechcraft or something, and I'm on final, right? Here's the runway. I'm on final, not even on final. because that's a different scenario. But we're both in the air, and I'm at 160 knots right here, and this guy's at like 80. This guy has the right of way, okay, because I'm behind him. He probably can't see me, so I shall alter the course to the right. Okay, I shall alter the course to the right. Another thing too, the reason when we do clearing turns, okay, when we do clearing turns, I want you to start thinking about starting your turn, your 360 or your 290s to the left first. Because when people alter course, they're altering course to the right. Okay? So just for safety, start your 360 turns to the left. Final approach to landing. Aircraft on final approach to land or while landing have the right of way over the other aircraft in flight or operating on the surface. Okay? So if you are on the runway, holding short at, let's say, runway 33, this guy has the right of way. Why? Because he's on final approach. Of course he's going to have the right of way. He's already in a stabilized approach, 30 degrees down, hold short. Okay, he has the right of way. 99% of you guys already know this. Okay, here's a tricky one. When two or more aircraft are approaching an airport for the purpose of landing, the aircraft at the lower altitude has the right of way. Other pilots shall not take advantage of this rule to gain right of way. So that means that you're not going to come in below a guy and be like, I have the right of way, right? Because it's stupid and dangerous. Okay, so when two aircraft are on final approach for the purpose of landing, or approaching an airport for the purpose of landing, the aircraft at the lower altitude has the right of way. The reason for that, aircraft blind spots. Low wing aircraft, they cannot see below, and high wing aircraft, they cannot see above. Okay, that just makes sense. Okay, before takeoff, prior to taxiing onto the runway, onto the taxiway, pilots need to clear the area. Scan for traffic approaching the airport or in the traffic pattern. So hold short. Okay, let's say that this is the downwind, base, final. Be in a position so that you can see the downwind, base, and final. But check this out right here. My DPE told me to kind of hold short a little bit further back and put my nose more of this way. Okay, canted. So I could see the base and final more clearly. Because if you do this, you're going to get a real good field of view of most of the downwind, but it's going to be harder to see that final. Okay, so put your nose a little bit more this way. Scan for traffic. Okay, climbs and descents. Scan the area before you turn. It goes without being said. Gentle left and right turns. And entering the traffic pattern. Okay, scan the area before entering the downwind. VOR sights. Due to converging heavy trafficked areas, be extra vigilant at VOR sites and intersections because there's a lot of people coming in this area. Obviously, and this is what I talked about when you're in a training environment and you do a left 360 or a left, when you're doing clearing turn right, turn to left first, okay, and call out your clears. Clear left, clear right, clear above. Okay, guys, that is about summarizes the video on right-of-way rules and scanning. Okay, remember, we're referencing FAR 91113. Okay, have a good one.